Hello. Welcome to the cami parade. Another cami. It's not as hot today, but still kind of hot enough to continue with the cami trend. Welcome to today's video. Today we are looking at the Dior Summer 2022 collection called Dior Riveria. So it's Dior and Riveria put together and minus one R, which you would think would be Dior Riveria, but that would be two R's. So it's Dior Riveria or Dior Riveria. I don't know. They've made it very difficult for me to tell you exactly what it's called. I will tell you what it is comprised of. 2 new luminizers, 1 new lip balm, and 2 new Couleurs Quints. So I will show you the 2 quints right here. This, I really had a hard time selecting which one I was going to do. Initially, I was deeply attracted to Riveria, the darker one, but it looked very, very cool. And then I thought, well, maybe the other one isn't as warm as I think it is. I didn't want to go too cool. And then I saw swatches and pictures, and you know how it is. You'll see it one place and it looks one way, and in one place it looks another way. And I decided, after seeing something that didn't look too cool, that maybe I will get the one called Riveria. And so that's what I did. And I did put this on yesterday. I wish I had been shooting it because the weather was beautiful and the look was really beautiful. This won't be first impressions. It looks very cool, but it's not. The 2 luminizers I didn't get because I have one from last summer that's a little too dark. It looks great on the eyes, but I don't really wear it on the face, and these also looked too dark for me. I am very fussy when it comes to highlighters. I like to not see a stripe, so I just want to see a sheen, a reflection, without anything else going on. And you've all seen it if you've been watching videos for any period of time, especially maybe 2 years ago when highlighters were it. You look this way, so pretty, and then they look straight at you and you can actually see a dark stripe or a light stripe, and it's just not too light, not too dark is my preference, and I didn't feel that those were going to work for me. I did get the balm and I did get this lovely thing, and I decided that the other one, a little too warm for me. It's available at Dior.com site, and everything is linked down below. Always check. I don't know when I'm shooting if I'm going to do timestamps, but always check to see. Maybe I've done some timestamps. If you're on a computer, you can see right at the bottom of your screen. There's breaks. Those are the timestamps. If you hover over, you can see the names of the chapters if you want to skip around. I am already foundationed. I am a little bit. I'll tell you what I got. I have the Tom Ford. I'm so deeply in love with this. But I just use this beigey color right here, kind of like as a blush. And it's just so subtle and gives me a teeny bit of sheen. I will pop on probably, maybe, my favorite Dior blush at the end. We'll see what goes on. I'm also wearing the NARS. I got another color. Somebody told me to try Santa Fe, and that's what I'm wearing. And golly, I think it might be a teeny too warm for me, but it's not bad. So, interesting. I want to thank the person who told me to try Santa Fe. And the rest of the makeup linked down below. Let us do some swatches. Here, here, and here. One thing I really like about this palette is that it has different depths of tone, so you can really build yourself a nice, not ombre, but you can go from light to dark. It's not like 14 midtones and they'll all look the same once they're blended in. And here they are. So this is a lovely kind of, not quite white gold, but a light gold. This is warm, and this is the center one, which is also a nice little peachy warmness. So far, I'm like, I've done a lot of warm lately, but we're going to do these 2. And boom, now we're getting into neutral land, and this one is almost a little cool. So these 2 appear to be matte. This appears to be a satin, and these light shimmers, nothing metallic, nothing glittery. The light is going in and out today. It's, we'll see what happens. So the light just now changed. If it goes back, I will definitely show you these swatches again. Now, it looks like a boring palette, you guys, but I'm kind of dying for the kind of palette I can go to when I don't know what to go to. The Chantecaille Giraffe is what I have been doing lately. Let's just do a little comparison because those browns I really, really like. So this is the Chantecaille Giraffe. And let's just do this light one, which I use all the time. Interesting. The Chantecaille over here. So these have much more depth than these do. And this is quite neutral in its brownness. And this one, it seems to have a teeny bit of coolness to it. And it might relate a little better to this shade, but I would say they're not the same. If you have one, it shouldn't negate getting the other. I'm going to start with this brush from Westman Atelier, which I believe is always linked in the description box. I love it because it's the perfect size for my lid. Going in with this color, but the sale's still going on, it's a good time to get a couple of their brushes. Sephora doesn't have a lot in the brush arena. I really like Beautylish for brushes, but they do carry Westman Atelier. I don't want to go too far over. I'm hoping to get just a quarter, but if I do get a little too far over, we will fix it later. So I'm not using this as an inner corner, I'm using it like inner third because I find that really kind of makes the eyes look further apart. The sun's back. Let's just do this one more time in case it looks a little bit different. And it makes your eyes look more open, more alert, more youthful, to have some kind of lightness in there. I see it. I'm going to take this brush, and this peachy looks like the same finish as the goldish one, the light gold, and just kind of help it out. And if you just keep on burnishing it, I think it's like polishing the pearls. It develops this very pretty glow to it. I think there's enough definition with this, but still enough reflection that you could probably make this an option for being a look. Just an easy, pretty look that I wouldn't feel self-conscious wearing to Trader Joe's, which is the summation of my social life. Okay, I think that's very pretty. I'm immediately reminded of, did I get some down here? A little of the gold went down here, probably my bad, but you know what? It looks good, so I'm going to put some more on. It reminds me a little bit, but not really, of the Chanel I just did a couple of weeks ago. Now that one I returned because I felt like while the look was pretty, I could probably get it with things I already have, and it wasn't the same look, but similar in that it's light and it's ethereal. So that's a possibility for a look. Put on some mascara, do a little inner rim lining, and you're good to go. You might want to even kind of press the finger on it to have the meld be a little bit nicer. Super pretty. Now this is a Wayne Goss, and I cannot read it because I don't know where the numbers are, and you know, ugh. But I'm going to go in with this shade. I'm going to start very, very lightly. You can always build, and now I'm rubbing the excess off for the blend. One of the things I really like about the Dior's is you get a little reflection, but it's not glitter, it's not metallic, it's not like the Patrick Ta, which is just a little too much. for every day. But not just Patrick Ta, many brands do things like that. But you still get a little sheen. And now just keep my eyes open while I do a final blend too. See, super pretty, and all of a sudden there's some more depth and definition to my eye by working with that shadow. It's interesting, when I'm looking in this mirror, I'm like, oh, it's so light. But when I look in this mirror, I think, oh, I totally got the effect that I want. It's always best, I think, to start light if you possibly can. You can always add. It gives you a little more control over the situation. The other thing I love about Dior shadows is they work well with crepey lids. I'll tell you guys, Melt Cosmetics has come out with a palette. You know that expression, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me? That's kind of how I feel about Melt. I bought a couple of their palettes. I was deeply unimpressed. Very difficult to work with, horrible on crepey eyes. But such a pretty palette. There's a part of me that kind of wants to do it. I have noticed that my eyeshadow videos do not do so well, which is so interesting to me because I also know that many people who follow me have hooded lids. So I would think there would be some kind of convergence or interest there, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Or maybe it's just, you know, the Hindash and the Denona were a little too avant-garde, not incredibly approachable. Maybe that was the story, although the Hindash I think is. In fact, I'm sorry I'm chatting so much, you guys, but I have a couple of videos that I shot in the last several weeks, and then we had sales and more sales, and that kind of took over the channel for a while. But I still want to get these videos out, so next week I'm going to do a second look on Hindash. It's a beautiful look. I hope you take a look at the video. And the NARS palette, I can't remember the name, but I got that like a month ago, and I think I did 3 or 4 looks on that over several days. So I'm going to edit those and put those up this week. And if you're not into eyeshadow, I guess I won't be seeing you. But I hope you come by to see how I put those looks together. Now I'm going to go in with a concealer brush that I used yesterday. So whatever is left on this, which shouldn't be much, I just feel like this side's a little heavier than this side. More than anything, I'm just blending. And it could just be the shape of my eyes, like maybe there's more of a shadow here just because of the bone structure. It doesn't appear to actually be the eyeshadow. Now I think this is a great daily look with a little bit of charm, a little bit of something extra to it. And when I first saw this online, I thought, why is this coming out in summer? It's reading very fall-winter to me. But you know what? Totally works. And there goes the sun again. Let's go and bring it into some, I'm going to go in with this, my Kitco, also listed below, but I think it's 1.14. And now that my hair is so much shorter, you guys, I can totally rock a pony without feeling like, oh, my hair is being pulled back. Start with a light hand, and I'm just kind of placing it on the outer corner. And we are probably going to get a night look. When I tried this yesterday, it got dramatic. That was the wrong color, actually. Now we have the right color on. Okay, a little bit more definition, a little bit more dramatic. Maybe this is in the imaginary life. Cocktails. They're just so easy to use. Okay, so this would be stage 3. We've done 3 stages of eyeshadow so far. And I think this could be day-ish, but I also think this could be cocktails, something after 5. Again, a little mascara, the whole bit. But we can also go very dramatic with this, and that's what we're going to do next. Same brush, same color. It's almost like an aubergine, a little bit of a purple going on here. And this will be the shade that will define our eye shape. And now it's as if the mix of this brown and these other colors is kind of presenting something a little bronze rather than cool. And a little bit more dramatic. And now for the final drama. I'm going to take a beauty blender. I am perfectly fine with this look. I might try to see if I can even up the shape a little bit, but again, so hard because my eyes are not symmetrical and the bone shape is different here than it is here. So it always kind of looks like more. I'm going to take it to dramatic town, and I haven't added anything to the brush. This is a clean brush. A little more dramatic, but it's not too dramatic. I'm going to do this mascara from last year. Yeah, this is from Chanel from last year. It was a limited edition. I forgot I had this until I was cleaning up the other day and putting back the new color, I think it's Dream Pop from Charlotte Tilbury, and I thought, oh, I forgot about this Chanel bronze. The colors are not similar. This bronze is more brown, I would say. I want to pink it up with 352, which looks like this. I adore this color. I was wearing it non-stop when I got this maybe 2 months ago. Take it off on the hand. Just kind of pink it up. Such a fresh, lovely color. Maybe take some up here. This brush just feels like heaven. And there's a little bit of sheen that it's given me as well. So for the Dior Rouge Balm, this is called Bronze and it's 726. And the balm is very, very comfortable. I'm just going to keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. You can see there's a lot of warmth. In fact, it goes very nicely with this eyeshadow. If you just did this look all together, I think it would be lovely. I took out the balm I was wearing. It's sheer, so what it looks like on you will probably vary. I have a lot of pinkness in my lips, so when I tried this on yesterday, I felt like it was rosy brown. Now, I want to share a little something with you. I don't have the fullest, biggest, most luscious lips in the world. And I don't always feel comfortable wearing lip liners, but I do sometimes feel that certain colors make my lips look thin, and that's not something I want. So from time to time, I will go in with something like this. This is Charlotte Tilbury Rock and Coal, and it's in the beige color. There's only one nude color, and I do an outlining. And this does two things. I swear it makes my lips look larger, and it also contains the color so it doesn't move all over the place. And because balms are thinner, they can do that. And hardly touching. It's transferred to the skin really nicely. Now I have a double line on my lower lip, a double vermilion. I take up here the first one, and then down here the second one. Okay, now this is something that will be visible to somebody who has eyes. You could take a brush like this one, the Refer 23, or this Hakuhodo brush, or I have another Hakuhodo that is not clean. You definitely want to do this with a clean brush, but something small in detail. I wouldn't go in with the fingers because the fingers might mess it up. And now I'm just going to blend it back and forth and down a little bit so it doesn't look as obvious. Certainly you can do this with a brush like this and concealer if you want to. It's just a little thing, but it makes me feel, I don't know, it makes me feel like the lips look a little more defined this way. Okay, you guys, that is today's look. What do I think of this new collection? I think it's perfect. I do. Of course, I didn't do the other Quint, so I couldn't say, but this, which I was afraid would be too cool, and red, very fall, is not too cool. And here are those swatches again. And again, there's 3 variations of looks that I've shown you today. I think it's very, very versatile, and you could use this year round. And the balm is very comfortable. I love the color. I think it's very chic. It gives you a little life. It's not one of those deadening colors. Again, this is the balm. Very similar to one of the shadow colors in here. And I think, again, this could be a year-round situation. I just love, love this eye look. I feel like I've tried so many palettes lately that are just disappointing me. Maybe the formula's good, but the colors aren't doing anything for me, and this makes me happy. And that's what we like to hear. A Quint, yes, this is Quint, that doesn't make you want to cry or throw something. And that's going to wrap up today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I really appreciate it. And I hope it was helpful. And until we meet again, be safe and smart. And I'm wishing you good health.